Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Yep, tastes like shit. I've always really loved birthdays. Mine, my sisters, my families, my cousins, my classmates. Birthdays are the best part of any year. Better than Halloween, Valentine's Day, definitely better than New Year's, better than Christmas? For me, anyway. And here's why. The thing about each holiday is that it makes you want to be a better person, a nicer, prettier, smarter version of you. The thing is, you get with Christmas cheer, joy, merrymaking, doing good for your fellow man, which is great, you know, if you're feeding homeless people. Not so fine if you're me and you've bought your mum a candle for the 3rd year in a row. And then you get Valentine's Day, which is, it's just not a real thing. Like, it's just not a real thing. It's just not a real thing, okay? Because it's for smug couples and corporate companies and chocolate, which is cheaper. So hey, not all bad. And then you get the worst of the worst, New Year's Eve. And New Year's Eve is all about this bravado, about becoming a new person, a new you. But you know, more so. Now tell me, riddle me this. Why the heck would I want to become a new person at the same time as everyone else? Coffee shops, and gyms are packed and eat your bank account, and all you're really doing is going out for a run, recording that you went for a run, and then posting your recording that you went for your run in your overpriced planner. And then on top of this, cafes are packed with yoga mums and athleisure wearers, and trust me, there is a difference between the two. You see, yoga mums will go for a spin class, order a 10-quid smoothie and then fuck off. Athleisure wearers will go to one Zumba class, talk about everything about the Zumba class, even though they're definitely not going back, and then fill up the seating at Bottom Brush brunch, eat brunch, and then throw up a brunch. All amounting to, hello, I'm a dickhead. Now please fuck off. Either way, both parties will leave their respective cafes feeling like better, detoxified people, whatever that means. And I know this because I work part-time at a cafe, you know, while I'm studying, and conversations tend to go a little like this. Excuse me. Yeah, how can I help?
Is this, organic?
No, it's not. Wait, hold on a second. No, sorry, I do apologise. Unfortunately, it's not.
Well, I only eat organic fruit and veg, so...
Well, I only talk to people who aren't assholes, so unfortunately for you, those blueberries are antioxidants, not laxative. So unfortunately, you can't shit out your terrible personality, clearly blocking you up. So yeah, essentially like that. Another thing I hate about New Year's resolutions is that people will just tell you this. And even if you don't have one, they'll tell you theirs. Oh, they'll tell you. And I know one of these people, Lucy. And Lucy has this really obnoxious American accent, and she kind of goes up like this all the time. See, Lucy's all about traveling and meeting new people and finding herself. And it's like, yeah, Lucy, we know you went to Thailand for a month and then became a Buddhist for that length of time as well. And we know you got a hair braid and went to a fucking temple, but it doesn't make you the Dalai fucking Lama, now does it? And as far as I'm concerned, I'm still going to be the same shitty person I was last year, and you're still going to be the same shitty person you are as well. Okay? To be fair though, she's actually not all that bad. It's just not really effective hearing about New Year, New You when you've been hungover all morning in the toilet. Doesn't exactly inspire great stuff. So this is my point. This is why I like birthdays so much, because do you know what you have to do for your birthday? Just have a good time. Like, all it is that you're born and yeah, you've aged another year and you're just supposed to eat cake and drink too much, and it's essentially a thanks for coming out of a front bottom. No fake shit about becoming a better person. That will end in a couple of months at best, which is great. Now that I think about it, I honestly don't know like when it all started, the obsession with birthdays, that is. I reckon it's because in school you'd all sing happy birthday and someone's mum would bring in a caterpillar cake. So it's probably like Pavlov's dogs to me at this point. I just associate singing happy birthday with food. But honestly, like all jokes aside, I think it's because I celebrate my birthday with my twin sister, Marnie. You see, Marnie and I have this tradition every year where we wake up at 6 a.m. 6 a.m. because it's kind of the time we were born-ish. I was first. And honestly, we get the same kind of excitement you get when you hear in the weather forecast that it's gonna snow and you wake up and pull back the curtains and it's actually happened. I just love remembering all these little details. And I also love how
quiet it is at this time. And we just watch the sunrise and the warmth beams down on our faces. And then we watch our Audrey Hepburn movie, starting off with Breakfast at Tiffany's, of course, and just stay inside the whole day, just the two of us. Really go out very much, but it's genuinely nicer this way, I think anyway. And then we play the greatest Scrabble game ever with lots of tea, although recently it's been upgraded to drunk Scrabble, which Marnie wins every year without fail. I don't know how, I guess she reads. I mean, that'll do it. It's the same thing pretty much every year since I can remember, but I genuinely never get bored of it. I could never be bored with Marnie. She's the kind of person who's so nice it's fucking irritating. You know, butter wouldn't melt kind of girl. But after you swallow that down, you realise she's actually just the best person to be around.
So here we are, both 22 years old as of 6 a.m. on the 31st of March. Another little thing we like to do, it's kind of like this cringe twin tradition, but it's alright because we both secretly enjoy it. We take 2 of these little love heart things and put them on a birthday cake. Well, birthday cupcake from the bakery down the road. You know, the kind with loads of swirled frosting. We then put 2 love hearts on it, and then we have to guess what the messages say. And honestly, Marnie's gotten really good at it over the years. I think she's either cheating, in which case I let her, or she's just lucky. And Christ, the she, we need all the luck we can get at the moment. You see, this whole thing started on our 8th birthday.
I always find it really difficult talking about this. Nothing really ever prepares you for it. Here goes.
On our 8th birthday, Marnie was rushed to hospital. And before I knew it, I was in the waiting room. And I just watched through the car window on the way there. Just life going past. Everyone just looked like stick people. But that's the thing about life, isn't it? Your whole world could be trying to swallow you up and everything just keeps going. It's actually really fucking annoying, isn't it? I don't really like talking about this stuff. Either people feel sorry for you or they just don't get it. I mean, how could they? You see, Marnie has a funny heart. It's a weird phrase, isn't it? Funny heart, but Mum used to use it as a way of describing a condition when we were younger. It's kind of wrong, isn't it? As if her heart's gonna jump out of her chest and then perform stand-up comedy. It did used to make me laugh though. It used to be comforting. For a bit. I waited so long in that hospital room. That's the thing with living with someone with heart disease, is that you're just used to running in and out hospitals. But no one prepares you for the waiting. Yeah, the waiting feels like you're dying inside.
I just wanted to be back home. Just the two of us. Not here.
One thing I do remember though is waiting so long in that waiting room. I bought her favourite sweets from the vending machine. Love hearts. And what after seemed like a lifetime of waiting, we were finally allowed in to see her. And the way she was, I'll never forget it. She just looked so fragile in that little bit. I mean, I tower over her normally, but she just looked like a little doll. A child had tucked into their bed. I just looked at her there. And then I suddenly got an idea. And I took out the Love Heart sweets and scattered them all along her tray. Because I felt if I chose the right one, if I just chose the right one, well, it sounds stupid saying it out loud now, doesn't it? Like, as if choosing between Dreamboat and Sweetheart was going to make a fucking difference. But I just felt this sort of weird wave of emotion wash over me. That if I chose the right one, she would be okay. Child's naivety, I guess. Her eyelids were like this really strange, bruised blue. And I tapped her on the shoulder, and her eyes opened slowly as if waking for the first time. Took her hand and enclosed a love heart into her palm. I just thought that because her heart was so weak, that if I offered up another one, she would be better. It's funny, the whole thing with our heart, I always felt it was like a sock that needed to be darned. But no matter how good the seamstress was, it just kept unraveling every so often. It's funny, Marnie always says she feels like a trinket that a child kind of picks up home from the beach. Like a piece of sea glass or a feather. Treasured, but fragile. Marnie wasn't as scared as I was though. I'd begun a lifetime fear of hospitals from that day. Now, even when I walk past one or I hear an ambulance, I feel sick to my stomach. And my knees feel like raw meat, and it feels like I've swallowed 10 marbles and they just feel stuck there, and I can't, and it just feels heavy, and I just can't breathe. It was a really long night that night. But she got better. I mean, she always does, it just doesn't feel like that in the moment. And we came home and had a belated sort of birthday celebration, just the two of us. And that's all we needed. And we put on a CD, put it on our pink CD player, and just belted out so many songs. And just danced and danced and danced.